I have, more bigger my dreams are. My biggest dream is I will win this belt.
I'm a wandering soul. I got no place of my own. Well, I got nothing to give. Well, I got nothing to show for it, and I'll be wandering on for all my years. What I become, no one could know. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, come on.
On the surface, they are fighters, trained in the art of physical combat. But look closer and you'll see two men at the pinnacle of their profession after a lifetime of sweat and sacrifice.
And I got something to say, my friend. I'll never lay down without a fight. I will be the day when everyone belongs to me.
You'll see the son of an immigrant who refused to squander his opportunity. A world champion and an example of all that can be achieved through hard work and determination. You'll see a man who pulled himself up from the depths of poverty to the brink of his wildest dream, with a smile that lifts spirits and a spirit that lifts a nation. Their lives are not just about brute force and brawn, but about faith, about family, and about pride. These are husbands, brothers, fathers, and sons. And they'll soon summon the same strength that has carried them to victory every time they've entered the octagon.
No one could know. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, come on. All the soul searching people, come on.
Together, they stand on the cusp of greatness. On November 12th, we'll discover which man stands alone.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming today. We are very proud and very happy for the first time ever on network TV, the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
It's going to be a war out there for 5 rounds, and that's how I have to prepare myself, and that's how I go into every training camp thinking.
Really excited to be fighting for the title, to be fighting against like Cain Velasquez, undefeated guy. It's for sure motivate me to bring my best to inside the octagon.
I can guarantee you, if this fight goes 30 seconds or 30 minutes, this is going to be a fight right here.
He is the heavyweight king of the UFC. Undisputed. Undefeated. The most formidable fighter on the planet, Cain Velasquez. But from the shores of Salvador, Brazil, lurks his greatest challenge yet, the #1 contender to the heavyweight throne. Junior dos Santos, who has risen from the depths of abject poverty to carry the hopes of an entire nation.
My biggest dream is be the UFC heavyweight champion. I want to give a better life for my family and for myself. I will prove when you believe in something and you are a good person, things happen.
The whole reason I got in this sport was to be the champion. It was to hold the belt for years to come. So this fight means everything to me. You know, there's a lot on the line.
They have torn through every opponent placed before them. Now, on the biggest stage in UFC history, only one will remain unbeaten. Outside the octagon and inside their lives. This is an all-access look at the UFC's two most powerful fighters on the brink of an historic battle. This is UFC Prime Time. Days began early for the reigning heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez. Rising at daybreak is no chore for a fighter who's built his life around his family.
That's definitely one of my most special moments of the day. At home, all I'm thinking about is my family, you know, my wife, my baby girl. Yeah. Any little sound she hears, she'll just like pop right up.
Cain's relationship with Coral, it's really special. They totally are like two peas in a pod. They're really, really cute when they're together. When I get Coral, she always asks for Daddy in the morning. He definitely makes time to make her feel special, which is, you know, really important when he's not home very much. They definitely have their little bond together.
Cain's bond with Coral is rooted in his own relationship with his parents. As the youngest son of Mexican migrant workers, he watched his parents' daily struggle to provide a better life for their children.
I see my parents every day go to work to get a better life for them and for their family. It did impact me. To raise us in an environment where we can have the stuff that they didn't have when they were growing up. For them to still keep working, you know, and struggling and make the best out of whatever they had. I know how hard that is. I'm definitely proud of them. You know, I consider them both my heroes, definitely. You have that love for your children and you want them, you know, to succeed and everything else. You're just always there for them.
The Bahian capital of Salvador is renowned for its music, its architecture, and some of the most picturesque beaches in all of Brazil. For Junior dos Santos, it's a far cry from the life he left behind.
I grew up in Caçador, it's a small city in the south of Brazil. Me and one sister and one brother, we live with my mom. My mom used to work cleaning the houses and factories around there. She didn't make too much money, $200 per month for 4 people, you know, so, you know, it was a hard time. Sometimes when I got home, I could see my mom crying because she had no money to pay for food for us, you know. I started to sell ice cream on the streets. and I was newspaper boy too. I work in some factories. To see that everything will happen with my family and my mom, made me a man before I be a man, you know.
Às vezes até eu me pergunto, né? Mas ele foi uma criança violenta quando era pequeno? Eu falei, não, nunca. Uma vez ele levou um soco de um amiguinho no colégio, né? Ele chegou em casa, ele me mostrou, eu falei, filho, mas por que você não se defendeu? Ele, mãe, mas eu não gosto de briga.
I used to cry a lot, you know. I was a weak kid, you know, in the school. And if I had, you know, in my whole life, if I had 3 fights on the street, for sure in 2 of them I got beat.
At the age of 18, in search of a fresh start, Dos Santos moved to Salvador, where he found work as a dishwasher.
In the restaurant, they used to pay me like 150 bucks per month. It's like here in Brazil, it's nothing. Here was the first place where I live when I moved to Salvador. E aí, meu filho? Você é do Bahia? Sim. Pô, quer que assine na mão? Porra, na mão vai te deixar todo sujo, bicho. You know, I have no opportunities in my life, and now I have objective. Cadê o abraço? Porra, obrigado aí. I live in a better place now. I got a nice car. I got a better life. So now I'm living my dreams. Everything what I got, I earned from fights. So I love to be a fighter and give me more dreams in my life. Falou, pessoal. Tá bom.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of will and taste. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of will and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man, stole a face.
Undefeated champion Cain Velasquez takes on Junior Dos Santos for the heavyweight championship of the world. Live, Saturday, only on Fox.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Before I get this going, obviously you know how excited I am. First ever time the UFC on network television. And not just network television, the biggest, baddest network in the country, Fox. Before I get going anymore here, I want to bring up the president and COO of Fox, Mr. Randy Freer.
You gotta love the UFC. They put on a hell of a show just from the beginning. It's nice to see everybody out here. First and foremost, I want to thank Dana, Lorenzo, and Frank really for bringing us this amazing event out of the gate. Our deal doesn't actually even start till January yet. They brought us a heavyweight championship fight that we're excited about, we're really looking forward to, and we know it's going to be one of the great championships ever battled out. So we're looking forward to Saturday. Our coverage starts with all the prelims on foxsports.com, rolls into 2-hour pre-fight programs on both Fuel and Fox Deportes, followed by the anchor match that we're all waiting for, the heavyweight championship of the UFC. Exactly, between these two great fighters. So nobody wants to hear that much from us. We're really looking forward to hearing from Dana and these two great fighters. So I'm going to turn it right back over. We're excited and we look forward to just an unbelievable day of UFC.
All right, so let's open this thing right up for questions. Who's first here? Not you yet, later.
Dana, I guess first of all, how relieved are you that you've got two healthy athletes sitting here? I know there's some changes. And secondly, I mean, you've had some big events this year. Obviously, the stadium show, the return to Brazil. You know, how does Fight Week feel this week compared to those? And do you consider this the biggest fight in UFC history?
Yeah, there's no doubt. First, yes, it's great to have two healthy athletes up here finally. And this is without a doubt the biggest fight in UFC history. For a long time, this thing started, a small fringe sport, and then slowly started to grow and build to where we got to a point where there's, millions and millions of fans all over the world. We've broken records in arenas. We're the largest pay-per-view provider in the world, et cetera, et cetera. But this Saturday night, as we step out onto Fox, millions of people will see the UFC that have never watched it before. And like I said, if you're in this position where it is the biggest fight in UFC history, the biggest moment for the sport of mixed martial arts, these are the two guys you want stepping in there to go out and fight, without a doubt. I think through UFC Primetime, you saw what kind of people they are, what kind of human beings they are, what kind of athletes they are, and now the world will have the chance on Saturday to see what kind of fighters they are.
And if I could follow up with Cain and Junior on that, obviously hearing that, this is the biggest fight in UFC history, does it feel special? Does it feel different to you? Obviously, you guys have both been in big fights before. Now that it's Fight Week, is it just Fight Week?
Yeah, it's just Fight Week. That's what it feels like to me. It feels the same as any other fight. So I mean, I'm ready to go out there. I've had a long layoff, but I'm excited to be here again. Fight in the LA area, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm feeling really excited for this fight, but no pressure. I think I felt I'm feeling the same pressure I felt in my last fight. So it's huge for me, and I just want to enjoy everything, and I will.
Questions for Cain and for Junior. Joe from Sportsnet. We'll start off with you, Cain. There's going to be a large portion of the demographic that's going to be watching the event on Saturday night that's never seen you or Junior fight. What can they expect on Saturday night?
From both of us, exciting fighting styles. We don't go out there and throw boring fights. None of our fights have been boring. We'll go out there and pretty much both of us try to go forward. And I mean, that's what the fans are going to see. That's what people who have never watched this sport are going to see. People go forward and battle it out.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez walk forward all the time in the fight. He has an amazing stamina. And that's my way to fight too. I walk forward all the time, so for sure it's going to be a great fight and a war.
Paula Saki. For JDS, I'm going to ask in Portuguese for Brazil. Júnior, uma vez você declarou que nem sempre o campeão é o melhor atleta da categoria. O que você acha do Cain?
Now ask him in English, please. Will you translate that?
Yeah.
Anna. Júnior, you said at one time that sometimes the champion isn't always the best athlete. Would you stand by that statement today, and what would you add to it, if anything?
Yeah, I think... I said that, but I think in this case, Cain Velasquez is the number one heavyweight now, But I want to change this on Saturday.
Question for Dana right here. This is the biggest heavyweight fight in UFC history you've mentioned, and yet you have two guys on the other side of you that don't weigh more than 245 pounds. Can you just talk about the difference maybe that's overcoming the heavyweight division moving forward? Do you see more athletic guys who can go 15 minutes, 25 minutes, taking over guys who are maybe 265 and just all horsepower?
I think you're going to see both. It's funny how that people argue about that. Those guys are too big, this, that. Well, I think Cain Velasquez has proven that it doesn't matter how big you are. He is a heavyweight. He's a real heavyweight. You saw that in his fight with Brock Lesnar, if you ever doubted it. But not just in the heavyweight division, I think in every division. As this thing continues to grow and get bigger and bigger around the world, mixed martial arts is the new martial art that people are taking. And I always believe that when you have these guys who possess the skills to be incredible athletes, You know, it's fun to hit a ball over a wall and throw a ball through a circle, but being the heavyweight champion of the world really means something. I think you'll see a lot more athletes migrating to mixed martial arts and trying to become world champions.
Can I get the fighters to comment on that as well? Maybe Cain, start with you. You know, it wasn't that long ago people were saying that smaller guys in the heavyweight division, guys who only weigh 235, 240 pounds, could never really hold a title and go on long runs. How have you been able to, you know, use your skill set and negate kind of guys who weigh 30 pounds heavier than you?
For me, I think with you know, with wrestling in college, the weight limit there was 285. So I've wrestled and competed against guys that are much bigger than me. You know, I just got to use what I have. I think to be a little quicker than those bigger guys, and I think me just being used to, you know, competing against those guys have put me in here today. So I mean, I weigh what I weigh, and I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I'm happy to compete against those bigger guys.
Junior, can you comment on it?
Yeah, my English is not so good yet. I need translation for this one, please.
Não é há tanto tempo atrás que as pessoas comentavam muito que um lutador de 230, 240 libras não conseguiria ser campeão dos pesos pesados dessa categoria dentro do UFC e que não conseguiria manter esse título. O que você acha disso? O que você diria para pessoas que têm essa opinião?
Yeah, I think it's you know, I used to weigh 240 pounds, you know, and I think I'm not small. I think I'm big, you know, and like Cain Velasquez, he used to weigh clothes like this too, you know, and I think the difference between us and like huge guys is the speed, you know. We can have a good strength and more speed, so that's make the difference, you know. I think so.
Hi over there. Hi Dana, Cain,
What's up,
Junior.
buddy?
Troy Santiago, Fox Deportes. This question is for Cain. Cain, we've been doing special programs about you, and the response of the people, it was amazing. The ratings was really high. So what's your final message for all the people who's going to be on Saturday supporting you on this fight?
Just, thank you for all your support, especially to all the raza out there, you know. You guys are always behind me, and you guys make me fight harder and stronger, and thank you. You know, you guys make me proud, and I'm proud to represent you guys.
Thank you. Junior, obviously, you're not gonna be in a friendly territory
Yeah.
Saturday. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel, you know, I can keep my focus just on the fight, you know, and on Cain Velasquez, and I think for sure there's gonna be a lot people rooting for him on Saturday night. But I know it's gonna be, I'm gonna get a lot of people rooting for me too, you know, in the whole world, and that's the energy I will bring to me inside the cage and use in the fight.
The passion of the Mexicans and the Brazilians for soccer, it will be known for a long time ago, and when they play, it's a huge, I mean, it was a huge game in the past. So right now this is going to be almost like that, Brazil versus Mexico.
Yeah, for sure it's going to be a big war like the soccer games used to be, you know. But I will give my best to make this belt a Brazilian belt.
Thank you guys, good luck.
Hi, I'm Cesar from Beravisión. This is a question for both fighters. I'm going to ask you first in English and then in Spanish. Being you guys both great boxers, you guys are going to offer us, especially in the Hispanic community, that we used to see box, and it's growing every day more towards this sport. It's going to be more boxing that what is going to be wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Va a ser esta pelea mucho más box, la raza acostumbrada mexicana a ver el boxeo. Que nos van a ofrecer 5 rounds de boxeo, o va a ser una estrategia diferente?
When this fight, I'm planning to take it everywhere, you know. Dos Santos is a great boxer, and I plan to be on the feet with him too. And you know, if our opportunity is there to be anywhere else in the fight, we're going to do that too. So prepared anywhere. And yo pienso que en esta pelea vamos a pelear pues de pies, el boxeo, también vamos a, si la oportunidad va a estar ahí para hacer otra cosa, como luchar o lo que sea, vamos a hacer eso. Yo sé que Dos Santos es un buen boxeador y pues estamos listos para todo.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's MMA, you know. We have to be. I'm ready to fight, doesn't matter where. But you know, I love to fight standing, and I will try to keep this fight standing. If the fight goes standing, for sure it's gonna be a huge show for all the MMA fans. Because Cain Velasquez is fast and good fight standing, and I love to fight standing, you know. And if the fight goes standing, I will try to knock him out.
All right. Well, like this for you, Dana. You see this. You see the Hispanic community now. It's growing a lot. Hope you can bring us this event more often to the Hispanic community.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
That was for Dana.
Oh.
See all in Cain for all the support of the raza. We're with you.
Thank you.
This question's for Cain. Cain, we saw the primetime show, and you draw so much inspiration from your parents and what they did to raise you. Can you talk about representing them and Mexican people?
Just represent hardworking people. I mean, that's what my family is. That's what I've grown up around, and I'm happy that the Mexicans are known as hardworking people. We live our life with a lot of heart, and I try to use that in my fighting. Fight with a lot of heart, with a lot of blood, and always going forward. And I mean, that's what it means to me.
Dana over here in the back, Eric Fontanez, MMAweekly.com. I just want to get a comment from you about the Hispanic community and the Mexican community. A lot of emphasis is being put on that because of Cain. But how big of an impact do you think that is for MMA and the UFC?
Was that for me?
Yes, for you, Dana.
Sorry, some guy made me laugh out there. I didn't hear the beginning of it.
It's all good. I won't hold it against you.
What was the question about the Hispanic community? And
yeah, a lot of emphasis is being put on the Hispanic community, and Cain is getting a lot of support from them. How big of an impact do you think that has on this card?
Well, I don't think we're putting a lot of emphasis on the Hispanic community. He is Hispanic, and the Hispanic community isn't. We're trying to reach everybody. And yeah, I think it's a big deal. I mean, when you really think about it, the history of combat sports, this is the only heavyweight champion ever in the history of, as far as a Mexican heavyweight champion goes. It's a big deal. And I mean, like you said, when you watch Primetime, you've seen his story. His story is awesome. From his father coming here and working hard to bring his family a better life. A kid who didn't squander what he was given, went to ASU, excelled as a professional athlete. The stories that you hear about his work ethic in the gym and the type of fighter that he is inside the octagon. I mean, he is a testament to the American dream, what it means when somebody can go out there and work hard and focus on a goal. I mean, he really is that story. And I don't care if you're Mexican, American, German, or Puerto Rican, man. I don't know how you can't love Cain Velasquez and his story.
Right on. And Cain, how does all this fan support make you feel, or how much more motivating is it for you in this fight?
Just whether in training or in the fight, I mean, just to know that I have people behind me supporting me. It definitely pushes me forward, to train harder, to go out there and put an impressive fight out there for the fans. I mean, because they're the ones always out there rooting for you, and you want to go out there and please them definitely, and always want to go out there and represent them well.
And Junior, if I can, obviously he's getting a lot of support. You get a lot of boos from the people out here. How's that make you feel?
Well, yeah. No, I feel great to be fighting, against Cain. I will keep, like I said, I will keep my focus on the fight, on him, and that's what I want to do. I want to win this fight, and I will keep all my energy in this, and to win,
Question for you, Dana. I'm going to take you back to Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner 1, and what that fight meant for the organization. It was unexpected what those two guys in the octagon. Putting these two guys on and making that decision to put them on Fox is obviously a big decision on the company. What can you expect, and can you draw a correlation between those four guys?
Yeah, well, the Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner, these were two guys that came off The Ultimate Fighter. You know, who knew? I mean, we didn't know what these guys had or what was going to happen that night. It just unfolded and it happened. And it ended up becoming, at the time, the biggest fight in UFC history. It's the one that got us there and got us our television deal and put us on the map. And then today, as we take this step forward into what we all call mainstream, you know, basically being on network television, we were much more fortunate in this situation that we were able to sit back and hand-pick a fight that we wanted to put on Fox and for our first fight on network. And like I said, again, if I had to go back and do it all over again, there aren't two other. Give me my entire roster of guys, make every one of them healthy. This is still the fight I pick. This is the fight that I picked to put on network television, and it is important. And I picked this fight for a reason. You see what these two fight like, and pretty much can guarantee the way that this fight is going to go. I can tell you what's not going to happen. It's not going to be boring. There's not going to be any stalemating. This fight's going to be an absolute war. I can't tell you how long it's going to go. It could go, God forbid, 15 seconds, and it could go 25 minutes. I don't know, but it's going to be good no matter what happens.
Dana, how you doing? Mike Dunsmore, Fox Sports Radio.
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Can you explain to us why the sport of mixed martial arts has become so popular, especially among young people?
Well, I think that, you know, there was it was actually my generation that grew up with boxing, and when boxing was huge and when it was big and when it was exciting, and that's really what mixed martial arts is to the next generation and has become now, is spilling over just into fight fans. You don't have to be from any generation. You just have to be a fight fan and get introduced to mixed martial arts, and you become addicted to it. And like I say all the time, you know, it's great on television. It's fun to watch on TV. But if you ever see it live, it is the most exciting live sporting event you will ever see. The energy inside the place is insane. And if you look at the string of last probably 10 or 12 shows that we've had, they've all been incredible. And you know, me and my staff, we come out and we put on all the bells and whistles and do all the fun stuff. And when you get there, there's video playing and there's music and the lights. But when it all said and done and that door closes, these are the guys that make it happen. And one of the best parts for me in this Fox deal is, you know, I've been in this sport for a long time. I know all these guys and I know what type of people they are. I know how hard they work. I know what type of athletes they are. So now for them to be on Fox, on par with the NFL, Major League Baseball, and all the other major league sports, that's what's the most proud for me, that these amazing athletes finally get the credit and respect that they deserve and are placed in a place where they should have been a long time ago. So I hope I answered your question.
Okay. Hey, Dana, it's Karen Bryant from MMA Heat. Good to see you. Welcome
you
to
too.
LA.
Thanks.
Question for you. You know, you talk about boxing and how we're indoctrinated on, you know, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, the big guys. I'm curious how these two fighters are being perceived in the international market. Does the fact that they're heavyweights, you know, make this an even more exciting fight for people around the world as it does for us here in the States?
It's the other thing that's so cool about this sport, you know. It's like, in boxing, I use this analogy all the time. In boxing, you had, let's say when Floyd Mayweather fought Ricky Hatton, you got some boxing fans here in the United States, the entire country of England, you know, who care about that fight, and then some other fight fans peppered throughout maybe the rest of the world. When we put on fights, people from all over the world. I mean, we're trying to get distribution for this fight everywhere. Everybody in every country wants this fight. The English, you know, you have a Mexican fighting a Brazilian, and people from all over the world are dying to see this fight on television or however they can see it. We came down here to LA and had two Brazilians. We had two Brazilians headline in Montreal and sold out. It's just, this is a different sport. It's not about where you come from or who you are. It's how you fight. And like I said, that's why I'm saying fight fans are into mixed martial arts and are into the UFC. And it's global. It's not.
And have you seen a rise or maybe some advertisers that in the past hadn't worked with you? Have they come knocking on the door now that it's on Fox? Have you gotten any new contacts and any new advertisers?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not my deal anymore. I mean, Fox sells the time, and I don't know if you guys have read any of the Sports Business Journal stuff, but they sold this thing out immediately with all big sponsors. And then, as far as the UFC goes, yes, our sponsorship level keeps going up and up and up with, you know, going from, our humble beginnings with Condom Depot to, blue chip sponsors now.
Nice. And lastly, in terms of integration, any thought to getting Simon Cowell as a judge?
On getting what? Simon Cowell, the judge, yeah. No, I don't think Simon would be interested in judging. Yeah, actually, you know what? He'd be better than some of the judges we have in MMA now, so maybe we should look at Simon Cowell. Maybe he can ref, too.
This is Marcus Corwell with MMA Net, and this question is for the three of you. Do any of the three of you believe that the fight's going to go 5 rounds?
Is the fight going to go 5 rounds?
I don't think so. I'm ready to go 5 rounds, I train a lot. I made a really good camp in Brazil, but I think this fight's going to finish before.
I think it's going to go 5 rounds. I think it's going to go be a 5-round war. That's what I have in my head. That's what I'm training for, and that's what I expect.
I don't think it's going 5 rounds. I don't think it is. But what do I know? I just hope it goes 1 round.
Hi, James Bryden from Sportsnet in Canada. My question is for Dana. Seeing as this is the deal with Fox doesn't actually start till January, whose idea was it to have this, for lack of a better word, teaser show now? And tell me the reasoning behind it.
It was Fox's idea. Fox came to us and said, the deal doesn't start till January, but how about if we kick off with a big event and started throwing all these ideas at us, and we were like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I said it a million times, and I'll say it again. We're not even in business with these guys yet. We're not in business with these guys till January, and they have already been the best partners we've ever had. To try to explain to you guys how excited I am for this 7-year partnership, it's unexplainable. I've never been so pumped and excited and nervous and all the things you feel in moving into a big, exciting deal like this.
And this is a new business model for you, and I know you've compared your business model with that of boxing on many occasions. I was just wondering if you can explain in what ways this is going to be a game changer, and also, was it intentional to put it on the same night as Pacquiao Marquez?
Right. Well, it's definitely a huge game changer for us. It's just look at the deal that we have on all the Fox platforms. It's going to be awesome. But the Manny Pacquiao fight, we didn't make that decision. Fox did. But if you look at the Floyd Mayweather night, we went the same night as Floyd Mayweather, right? Here's what I believe. Like I said earlier, I believe that there are tons of fight fans out there. And this fight goes off at 6 o'clock on the West Coast, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. And so when this show ends, an hour later, Manny Pacquiao will step into the ring and fight. What could be a better, more perfect night for fight fans than to see the UFC Heavyweight Championship for free on Fox, and then an hour later watch Manny Pacquiao fight? It's perfect. And the night, and him too, Marquez, I know he's fighting too, you know what I meant. So then, when we did this against Floyd, everybody's like, oh, they're going head-to-head with Floyd Mayweather. We didn't. We went before him. That night, we pulled almost 2 million viewers that night on cable television. Almost 2 million viewers, and Floyd did 1.3 million buys that same night. I believe that lots more people stay home and watch the fights when you have a great fight night like this.
I got a question. Can you talk about the journey to get the UFC on Fox? You guys had deals, opportunities in the past, and why was it right this time?
Yeah, 6 years ago, when we got our first television deal after The Ultimate Fighter, we immediately started talking about network TV and talking to some networks, and we had already had a sort of a little, we'll call it a test run on Fox. We did a test run on Fox when we aired that Robbie Lawler fight on the Best Damn Sports Show, and we pulled the highest ratings Best Damn Sports Show history. Blew it out of the water, and it just wasn't the right time for us then. And the reason that we never took a network deal after that is because the deal wasn't right, either financially or, as far as control went. And you guys know how I felt about us controlling our product and the production and everything else. And we were in talks with literally every network out there, and this Fox thing just came out of nowhere, and it happened so fast and came together so perfectly. It was meant to happen. It was literally meant to happen. It was the perfect deal at the perfect time with the perfect group of people. more importantly than all the numbers and all the BS that we've been talking about, it's more about a relationship. I mean, we got to hang out with these guys for 7 years. You know what I mean? You better like the guys you're doing business with if you're in business with them for 7 years. And these are the kind of guys, as far as personality-wise, as aggressive as they are in business, as smart as they are in what they do, and the fact that they're the best at what they do. These are the guys we want to be in business with. Any more questions? I'm getting sunburnt. No? Let's get a couple fan questions going here. Don't ask me for tickets. I'll be tweeting tickets tomorrow. All right?
Hey, Dana, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Listen, I've gone to Jersey, bought tickets.
You came out here from Jersey?
No, I'm from Toronto.
Oh, you're from
Bought
Toronto.
tickets for Jersey. I bought tickets for L.A. I'm from Toronto, and I can't get tickets for Toronto to watch the Jones fight. Help me.
So wait a minute. You're here in L.A. at the Cain Velasquez Jr. Dos Santos fight, asking me for tickets to Toronto.
Yes, sir.
I get it. All right. Is that your question?
Yes, my question.
Even though I said don't ask me for tickets, that's your question.
I didn't ask for this show.
All right, you got them, buddy. You got the tickets, all right? Who has a question? Who has a question pertaining to this fight that doesn't have to do with tickets?
Ready? Hi.
Where's Key at? Go find that guy. Yeah, keep your hand up back there. He's coming. All right, who's got a question?
Right here. Over
What's
here,
up, buddy?
over here.
I got a question for Cain. Cain, you don't have a nickname yet. We got to come up with a nickname for you. Now, you look a little bit like Shrek, right? How about Cain the Shrexican Velasquez? You like it?
Nah.
No? Come on.
I'm good without a nickname.
Dude, are you trying to get beat up? It's called the heavyweight champion of the world, Shrek.
Hi, this question is for Cain. Hello, over here.
We see you, babe.
Cain.
What's your question?
I just wanted to know if coming into this fight was a little bit different just because of the long layoff and the surgery you had. Did you have to, like, mentally prepare differently, or going into the gym, altering your training just in fear that you might get injured again?
No, it wasn't any different at all. You know, just with the long layoff, I just had just do all the rehab that the doctor had me do to get the shoulder better again. And I mean, that was it. Once that was better, then it was kind of just slowly getting into the workouts, and then once my body felt good, then it just hit it 100%. So once I did that, it was just like normal.
Viva Mexico!
Hey, Brazil. This message is for Junior. Junior, I don't see this fight going out of the first round. Are you going to hit him with the left or the right?
I didn't.
Left hand or right hand? What hand are you going to knock him out with?
Both of them, I have two hands for this.
Coco punch, I like it. Dana, we love you.
Yeah, but I like this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's his
Sorry,
right.
Cain. Junior's going to be the new world champion on Saturday. Woo!
All right, let's take one more. Where are we at?
Right here, Cain. Hey, Cain, there's not many Mexican-American role models in sports today, and it's really great that you're an awesome role model for us Mexicans, man, and I'm proud to be Mexican because of you, and I was wondering if I could walk with you to the cage on Saturday night, man. It'd be a dream come true.
I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. I'm cool with that, but I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, we'll do it, dude. We can do it. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support. Have a great day. We'll see you Saturday.
Do you have security?
Introduce myself, I'm a man of wealth and taste.